Good afternoon, Hotline.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I drove through Public Square yesterday, and what a mess. I mean, it's worse than ever. And
Oh, it's going to get worse.
well, why did you guys decide, and whose decision was it to make a permanent bottleneck with the bringing of the granite curbs out to where Arsenal Street comes in and Court Street comes out? I mean, that's got to be the most stupid decision made there.
Mm-hmm. Well, those decisions were made when the plans were drawn up back in 02 and 03. I wasn't directly a part of all of them.
So
we'll
now
have to see how some of it turns out, but there's no doubt about it. As this plays out, let me tell you right up front, it's going to be a long, hot summer downtown because there's going to be a lot of the pavement all has to be torn up and new stuff put in. It's not going to be an easy time. So, because you know the old expression, in order to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs. So there's going to be traffic tie-ups and inconveniences. We're doing our best to keep everything moving along.
how many years now has this been underway? What and when is do you see?
I see it being completed by the end of the construction season this year. Obviously it's overdue in terms of the completion date. A variety of factors went into that. One could cast blame in some cases, but or there were some unexpected developments. A lot of it comes down to the more tedious work of relocating utilities that had to be done, particularly phone, cable, fiber, gas, and electric lines, and so on.
Which, again, you're talking years that has been issues, but
well, right. It's a 200-year-old thoroughfare, and there's a lot of things buried there.
Okay, but it's not a thoroughfare anymore. It's still that they've constructed it now by bringing those curbs out, and it's ridiculous now.
Well, first of all,
now it's like, don't avoid the square, everybody, please. If you want to get anywhere, don't try to go through the square.
Well, first of all, I think when it's done.
I mean, even when it's done, you've reduced the amount of flow by half as far as how traffic can come in and how it can leave.
Right.
Okay, it might be smooth, but it's still going to be slow, and with the way
Well, I think there's certain changes, in terms of traffic patterns, but and to the extent it's a place you pass through on the way to somewhere else. Yes, one of the goals was to make it more pedestrian friendly, more.
So the goal was then to make it as far as people getting through it, to stop them from doing that and basically bypass the squares, from what I just got from that. And that's basically what that says as far as the construction.
I think in some cases people will bypass it, but on the other hand,
really, at what cost?
Well, look, I mean, you obviously chose not to live in the city. I mean, this is an effort to try to recast.
Yeah, I know. I make an effort to shop in the city.
Right. This is an effort to recast the square into a more aesthetic, more pedestrian-friendly environment. I understand it's going to cause some inconveniences. I may not even agree with every nuance of that plan. But the fact of the matter is, after due consideration, public hearings, much input, those decisions were reached by the council back in 03, and we're moving ahead on it finally to get the final construction done.
Can I tell you what? You owe the people of that city, and especially the merchants in that area, one heck of a block party if you ever complete it.
Mm-hmm.
That was just trying to get.
Well, I think one of the goals is also to make that environment down there more conducive to them being able to do business, because nobody wants to do business in a sort of a shop-worn, run-down environment. And certainly the square was showing its age coming into the last couple of years. So, I'm optimistic about it. I understand that there's going to be people who run around and say that it's harder for the plows, it's harder for this, and all of that. I didn't agree with the idea of the speed bump in the middle of it. But nonetheless, through democratically held elections, people were elected who voted in favor of it. And at some point, you've got to respect that process and see what happens.
Yeah, well, that was just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I understand it. And, I would say wait till it's done, and if next spring you want to criticize it, there'll still be a hotline on the air.
Yep, I'll probably be calling back.
I'm sure you will.
Bye.
Bye now. Good afternoon, Hotline.
Good afternoon.
Samantha, how are you?
Oh, I am freezing.
Freezing?